Welcome everyone one more time. This is Coach Kane to another Tech Tuesday. Today, we're going to be talking about a lot of exciting things. Let me go ahead and change slides. All right. And like I said, this is the 9th Tech Tuesday. And remember, you can always, I showed this last Tech Tuesday. You guys can use this QR code to sign up and receive email notifications whenever I post the recap of these meetings. You will also receive, weekly, maybe monthly emails with good, cool tips about KvCore and other applications out there, as well as Zoom reminders with the link to join these so that you can go ahead and log on without looking for the link like I do every single time. So you can either text Tuesday to my smart number, scan this QR code, or you could just email me and I will enroll you in that email list so that you can always be on top of it and receive everything to your inbox directly. Okay. Had a bunch of people sign up and I've already started sending out emails. So that's really cool. But for those of you guys who were not here last Tech Tuesday, you can go ahead and scan this or text this number to enroll in that. Okay, it'll just take you to the KvCore website where you just provide your email. Okay, and I will show this at the end of the meeting too for anyone who might have missed it or just joined. All right. So before we get started, obviously, like I said, every single time you can interrupt me at any time. You can raise your hand. You can drop, questions in the chat. Looks like we have more people joining. Awesome. Yes, so you can interrupt me at any time. Raise your hand, drop stuff in the chat, unmute yourself. You can also participate in the Zoom meetings. I want to start doing more polls so that I can get you guys' opinion or maybe your feedback on what we're talking about, so it can be engaging and we can all participate. And these meetings are recorded. So, okay, more people joining. These meetings are recorded, so you can always rewatch. And like I said before, you can get these recaps sent to you via email. It'll just take you to YouTube where you can, watch at your own pace if we were moving too fast. Or if you're not here, or you just might have to leave, faster than normal, you can always go back and rewatch those. So, yeah, let's see. I wanted to start with a little icebreaker and also a little test to see if you guys actually are able to see these polls. Let's see. All right. When do you guys think the best day to list a property is? Is it a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or a Friday? I wonder what you guys think. Let me know through the poll. Looks like it's working for a lot of you guys. I'll give it a quick second here. Also, make sure to mute your mics for those of you guys who are not talking. I think I hear some feedback. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, this is very interesting. It looks like most of you guys answered. So let me go ahead and end the poll. So most of you guys answered Wednesday. Okay, so the best day to list your property is actually, I believe it's Thursday. I had the little cheat sheet in front of me, but I was looking this up. It's actually Thursday. And that comes from the National Association of Realtors. Actually, they provided an article on there where they had this statistic on there. So yeah, I don't know why most of you guys think it's Wednesday. But then again, this is just based on statistics. It's not a set thing. If you set your property on the market on Wednesday, it'll do better. But that's interesting. All right. So
Well, I think it's because most of the syndication to third-party platforms happen on Wednesday.
That might be the case. For sure. I just thought it was an interesting things. So that's good to know. All right, guys. So let's move on to the topic of the day. Let me go ahead and close this. All right, so this is what we talked about last time. We didn't get to all of these topics, but we talked about some of them briefly, and we mostly focused on importing contacts into KvCore. And I showed you guys how to import contacts from an iPhone, Apple devices, or an Android, because a lot of you guys were messaging me on the Android side. You guys know I'm not a big advocate of Android devices, so move on to iPhone if you still got an Android, guys. But I showed you guys how to export your contacts and then put them into KvCore so that you can start nurturing those leads and always be on top of it. And we talked about creating email templates. I kind of showed you guys the overview of that. Didn't get much time to actually show how I go ahead and make those. And Smart Campaign, same thing. We didn't really dive into it very much, but you can always go back and watch that video to catch up in case you still need to export your contacts from your phone or maybe other sources. We talked about that too. But today, we will be talking more in depth as far as, creating those email templates with the advanced editor. We will also be talking about the KvCore Open House app. Okay. I think it's a really great app that comes free of charge, and you can always log in with your, web KvCore login to access that. And it has a bunch of cool features that I can't wait to show you guys. So we'll be talking about that too. And we'll dive in a little bit more into smart campaigns. I'll show you guys how I build those. And all of this is going to tie together, okay? We're going to create an email template, and then we're going to use the Open House app to simulate people signing in and then automatically assign them a smart campaign that, we'll build together based on the templates, the newsletter templates we create. Okay, it's going to be really cool. And last but not least, like always, we'll have a Q&A at the end if anyone want to share something or maybe some last minute questions. Okay. So we're going to start with the email templates. Before we actually get started in making those, I just wanted to share some little facts about those. So why should you even bother with newsletters? So newsletters are a great way to stay top of mind with your clients. You can always send those. You could be on a weekly basis, bi-weekly, monthly. You choose your desired frequency. Try not to be over the top with it either. That would even be a little bit difficult because you would always have to come up with, new topics every other day. But I feel like a month is, not too much, not too little. Send a nice, fun fact every single month, and your leads can look at that and always think of you when they think about real estate. Or if something strikes their, mind in that email you send out, they can always reach out to you, and that's a new lead for you, a new business. Okay. So newsletters will also drive traffic to your website. Whether you have a personal website or you have a KvCore website, which comes free of charge with your KvCore membership, at least for those of us who are with eXp Realty. Once you send out newsletters, you want some call to actions in that email. So if you send them a newsletter about, the different types of loans there are available to buyers, you want a call to action that could say, it could be a button on the newsletter that could say, click here to learn more, or click here to contact me. You don't want to just provide information. You want to have some good information. You want to provide some value, something that they can read and learn from. And if it, strikes a chord with them, you want them to have a way to reach out to you or learn more about it. That way, it can be an engaging post and, something that they welcome, not just something you bother them with every single month. So that's that. Newsletters will boost your engagement rate, which is a no-brainer. The more of these you send out, the more likely at some point the viewer will, engage with you. They will see something that they like or something that they don't understand and want more information about, or maybe something they never even knew that you sent them and they want to know more. So it'll get, leads or, people who you didn't even think would want to buy real estate, to call you and ask you about them and turn them into clients. So that is also a good reason to be sending these out. Okay. And I think this is the last one. Newsletters give you a way to personalize your marketing. So you have full control over what you send out there with newsletters. You can tailor your newsletters to maybe just first-time home buyers, maybe just sellers, maybe just veterans, and you can design it in a way that appeals to a specific niche of people. And I think we can all agree that if you try to market to every single person, your impact will be much lower than if you try to market to a specific niche of, a specific pool of either buyers or sellers. So newsletters will give you that flexibility to design what you send out there in a way that'll, strike a chord with whoever you're looking to reach. And they're more likely to, read that and take action if they're interested. So it's a great way to send out personalized marketing material to potential clients out there. Okay. So I really love newsletters. I think I mentioned them every single Tech Tuesday now. So this time I'll actually walk you guys through how I build those. Let's see here. Okay, boom. I might pause every single every few minutes. Looks like more people are joining. Welcome, Sumathi. All right. So now let's go ahead and actually make a newsletter template. Okay. I'm going to open up KvCore right here. This is our little music that I play every time now. So this is my KvCore dashboard. So for all of you new people that joined, we have done Tech Tuesdays where I show you guys how to set up your KvCore, set up your profile. If you guys are interested in that, you can always email me and you can watch that video. Or maybe if enough of you guys do want me to revisit that, I can always make another Tech Tuesday and go through that with you guys. But I will show you how to make an email template. So to do that, you're going to scroll down to the, you're going to come on the side right here. We're going to go to marketing. Okay. So I'm going to click on here and then we will find smart campaigns, which is right there. So you can also do that through, by hovering over the marketing tab and just going to smart campaigns, which is quicker, but both ways will work. So I'll click on here. All right. So on this screen right here, you'll get the option to create smart campaigns and also templates. Okay, all of that exists within the smart campaigns section. And in the middle right here, KvCore library, this is just pre-made smart campaigns with pre-made templates that you can just borrow from KvCore and use for yourself. So for all of you newbies who are not too familiar with how smart campaigns work or how to make some, or if you don't have enough time to create really well crafted templates and smart campaigns, I encourage you to go to the KvCore library tab right here. If you click there, it'll show you all of the pre-made smart campaigns that KvCore already has for you to use. Okay. If we go to, let's say, open house right here, and this is me under the KvCore library tab. If we scroll down, I'll click on this one just so you guys see what this looks like. I'll move myself right here. So smart campaigns are basically, think of them as a, I don't know what they call those things, Ruby Goldberg machines or whatever. So it's just a set of actions that you program for specific leads. Okay, you can have it text a specific message after a certain amount of hours, and then after a day passes, you want to send an email, and then on day 2, you want to schedule a call with them. Day 3, another email. So this particular one is designed for leads that have come from the KvCore Open House app. Okay, so it's set up in a way where once they sign in, they will receive a text message 4 hours from that point. And if we click view right here, you can actually see what the text message consists of. So it'll say hi, first name, and it'll tailor this. It will include the leads, information. It won't just be generic. So you will not see hi, brackets, first name and whatnot. It'll actually fill in their first name for you. And I'll show you guys how to do all this, but I just want you to see what a smart campaign kind of looks like on the back end. So 4 hours from the moment they sign in, they'll get a nice message that says it was a pleasure meeting you. And then 1 day from the moment they sign in, they'll get sent an email saying that, you thank them for visiting the open house. And then you can also schedule calls. Okay, so the smart campaign doesn't just interact with the lead, it also interacts with you. So you can set reminders or tasks for yourself, such as calls. Okay, so if you look at the from and to section, this tells you where the communication is being done. So obviously KvCore can send out emails and texts automatically. So that's why here it's saying, this text will go from the agent to the contact. Same for the email. But KvCore obviously won't make a call to the client for you and talk on your behalf. That's something you have to do. So KvCore will remind you. So this is something you would, create. This is an action you would add to the smart campaign, but it's essentially a notification or a reminder to you from the system, which is KvCore, to you, who is the agent, to call. And if I click view right here, yeah, you can call it whatever you like, but it'll essentially be a notification to you to call and leave a voicemail. You can edit all of the descriptions, and yeah, you can even have KvCore change their status from one to another. Maybe if they don't respond at all throughout the duration of all of the smart campaign, this specific one spans 120 days, which is a long time. If at the end of these 120 days, the client does not respond, then you can have KvCore automatically change them from maybe lead to sphere or lead to prospect. So that's what a smart campaign kind of looks like. This is an overview of it. So if I go back here, remember the KvCore library already has a lot of them built out for you. There's for renters, apparently, sellers. You can scroll through this section, find the ones you like. And if you want to use them, you would just go ahead and click on add to my library. So for the open house one here, once you click on add to my library, it will end up under my campaigns right here under that section. You cannot directly edit from the screen. You have to add it to your library. And yeah, so we're going to actually start with templates so that we can go ahead and build our email newsletter. So I had one pre-made one that I wanted to show you guys, and I'll kind of speed through making it. I just want you guys to get the key concept of how the advanced editor works. It looks very scary at first, but trust me, once you get used to where all the buttons are, and there aren't that many, you'll professional at making beautiful looking email templates. Okay, so this is the one I made for us. It's called TT07 example. So I'm going to click edit right here. All right, so this is an email template I have built. Okay, it has hi there, whoever the lead is, it'll populate their first name right here. It has a quick description about what this email is about, and all of this is basically a newsletter that tells them the importance of pricing their property right. And I include my smart number, and I basically what I'm saying is I can create a CMA for them if they're interested in selling their property, and they should always make sure the price of the property is set right, because price is everything. And I have my little email signature right here. So the way to build this, let me actually send this to myself so that I can copy and watch it on the side while we do this. Boom. Awesome. So if I go ahead and close this, so the way you would create your own template is under the template section. Once you come right here, you're going to click on add template. Okay. And then you can create different types of templates. You can create email templates, text templates, you can create tasks. I have not tried, oh, well, the call template is just the call reminder. I have not tried webhook just yet. So we're going to put that on hold. I'm not even sure what that is, but we're going to be making an email template today. So I'm going to click on that. So by default, you will see, don't mind the template scope. This is basically who has access to this email template. So most of you guys are just going to see yourself under this field. If you're part of a team, you might see other names here. So just choose yourself because you're making this for yourself and your business. You want to make a template name. So I'm just going to call this newsletter template. And I will put Tech Tuesday. That way I won't get confused later. All right. So, and then we have a subject field. Obviously, when you send an email, you want to have a subject in there. So for this, we could just do, your weekly. Actually, let us do monthly. Your monthly newsletter is here. This is what the lead will see, the recipient of the email. So when they get sent this template, it'll always have this subject on there. Okay. So you notice that we don't have all of those tools that we've seen before when I opened up the previous one. That's because you have to open the advanced editor. You guys don't have to use the advanced editor, but that's the one that's going to give you the ability to, add nice, background colors, images, and videos and moving parts, such as what you've seen just a few minutes ago. But you can very well just go ahead and type up whatever you want right here. You could do, hello, whatever. And the way you actually put the, how do you call it? The merge tags, I think that's what KvCore calls it, so that you can automatically have the system fill in the lead's name is by clicking on the little sun icon right here. Once you do, you can go ahead and scroll through whatever information you want KvCore to populate for you automatically. So if you want to say hello, John, whoever, whatever the lead's first name is, you would scroll to lead and then put first name. And that'll autofill the merge tags for you. So you know that when you send this email out to a specific person, KvCore will replace this section right here with the person's first name. Okay, and then you can go ahead and write out whatever information you're trying to send out. Now, this is fine. This is, something you can do. You can create a whole newsletter and just, leave it at that from here. It's mostly just going to be text. You can, I believe, copy and paste images within this simple editor. But if you want access to, more features and you want to be able to craft beautiful looking newsletter templates, we want to use the advanced editor. So we'll click on the blue button right here. And I do want to stress the fact that if you do anything under the simple editor and then you click advanced editor, it will delete all those changes. So make sure you go straight to the advanced editor before you start typing anything. Okay, if you've already made some templates using the simple editor, just go ahead and copy them, paste them elsewhere, and then you can create a new templates by clicking the advanced editor and just paste them there. So now that we are in the advanced editor, you're going to get greeted with this interface right here. Still, you have your, content area. You have a preview button, a send test button, and this button right here will erase everything so you can start from scratch. But this is the meat and potatoes of everything right here. So you can add images, buttons, dividers, social media icons, dynamic content. Don't worry about the HTML. That's if you have a HTML code from another website you want to just paste in. Not sure if you guys are familiar with that, but most of you guys probably won't be using that. You can already do everything with the existing tools you see right here. You could put videos, icons, text, which will be important, and core video. I have not used this. I believe it's a paid feature, but then again, you can upload your own videos. So you guys can explore that if you wish. So let me open up the email template I sent to myself and we'll start building it together so I can remember what it looks like. All right. So the newsletter I have showed you. So you're going to see these little blocks right here. Okay. These blocks represent where you can drag and drop, the type of content you want to drop in there. So by default, there will be one on there, but let me actually do it so you guys understand what I mean. So under the rows section, this will allow you to um, structure how you want everything to look. If you want just some text to be from one end to the other end of the screen, you would choose the full block. But let's say you want a picture on one end and maybe some text on the other end, you would choose something that looks like this. So it'll separate it into two sections and etc. Okay, whichever one of these you drop in there. So all you have to do is literally click on it, drag, and then drop right under. And you have two different content fields you can interact with. You can add as many as you like and organize everything you want to put on there as you wish. But just to not get, confused, I just like to start one by one. So you can hover over these, click on, and then press the delete button to get rid of these. Okay. So you can start block by block. And on here, under the content section, this is where you will drop whatever you want to, drop on there. So we're just going to start with text. So I'm going to drag this text button right here. And then now it'll create a text block. Okay, you'll see that the little thing goes away. So on here, you can go ahead and start typing whatever it is you want to type. So I have, hi there. And then we want the person's first names. In the basic editor, we had the little sun icon, but on the advanced editor, it'll just go ahead and write out merge tags. So you want to click here, and then you can choose the information you want KvCore to fill in. So I'm just going to fill in the first name, and then we're going to press backspace, and I'm going to copy all of the information I had before. This is very, very easy. Boom. And I will paste that in here. Awesome. Okay, so now we have some greeting text and you have a little, this little menu bar right here. You can use to style your text. You can make it look as wonderful as you would like. It has plenty of fonts to choose from. Make sure it's big enough so that people can actually read it. Something I do find is when you try to change how big the text is, you have to click it a few times. Not sure why that happens. But yeah, just style it to your desire. Let's see, I'm going to make this bold like I had before. And then once you have your text block area, you want to add maybe some a nice little image like the one I had. So you would go back to rows, choose another block. Okay, you can actually just drag the elements you want to add right away. But when you choose rows, it will organize it a little bit more for you and you have more control over what the rows look like. So if I go ahead and click this and drag it under here, that gives me an area where I can drop new content in. Okay, so now that I have this new row, I'm going to go back to content and I will drag an image file right here. Okay, so that will create a section for me to upload a photo or, that little GIF that I had on there. So you just go ahead and click browse and then you can see all of the files you've uploaded into KvCore. If you don't have anything and you've never tampered with this, it's normal to not see anything, of course, but you can go ahead and choose the image that you would like. I'm just going to choose this. And very quickly, actually, in case you guys don't know how to make these little things and you want to have these in your email, I use Canva for almost every single thing. I think it's a tool that we should all have. It'll allow you to create basically pretty much anything you want. You can create flyers, business cards, and it'll give you nice templates that you can work from. But on here, so this is how I make these. And maybe I might actually have a Canva tutorial for one of those days. It's a very, very important tool to know how to use, and it'll save you a lot of time. Almost all of my marketing material and all of the graphics you see, have been designed in Canva, and it takes just a few minutes. So you would just come on here, go to elements, and then just choose, you know, whatever. Oh, it looks like I have a question. Let me see. Yes, okay, Raquel. We will do a Canva tutorial one of those days for sure. So yeah, you could just, you know, grab a lot of different
Kane, does KvCore
yeah.
do they actually supply images or no? Or we have to put them in? I know I love Canva. I use Canva, which is awesome. So I do know how to navigate Canva, but do we have to create our own images to insert, or are there default images that that KvCore provides?
That's a good question. So I'm gonna actually close this. Oh no, I closed it. Let me open this up. Let me show you real quick how to find that. I might have to paste that text in again. I should not have closed that. But give me a second. You can actually choose free images from Canva. I mean, from KvCore. Let me populate this really quickly so I could show you that. Okay, and then we're gonna drag the image row one more time, and we're gonna go here. Awesome. So once you click on browse to find whatever image you want to upload, you have a section right here that says search free photos. Okay, so if you click on here, it will give you this little menu where you can type whatever you want. It's hard sometimes to find actual good photos. I'm really picky with the type of graphics I want to have on my marketing material, but sometimes you can find some really nice stuff on here. So to answer your question, yes, you can have free photos, but you might have these little branding, you know, logos on the photos because they're providing it to you for free. But Canva will not have those on there. Even for the free version, you get a bunch of tools. So yes, you
Great.
have
Thank you.
free ones here and free ones on Canva. Okay. Let me cancel this. Also, guys, be careful when you close the templates because you would have to do everything again, like I did. But I'm glad we didn't make too much progress. So yeah, on Canva, just to show you guys really quickly how I make these images, you know, kind of move around. Let's just choose any random thing. Let's put house, and then let's go to graphics right here. So you guys might not know Canva too much, but I'm just, for those of you guys who do use it, and I know a lot of you guys actually do use Canva, you can animate things by clicking on the image, go to animate right here, and then you could choose what type of animation you want. Do we have a question? I feel like someone's mic might be on.
I think April had a question.
April, do you have a question? Okay, well, whenever you come back, April, I'm here for you. All right, so on Canva, you can just click on the, what's that?
I'm sorry, Kane, I think April's question is, can we upload our own GIFs and PNG files?
Yes, April, you can do that. So on the section right here where I clicked on search free photos, you have an upload button right next. If you click on that, it'll open up your computer directory where you can upload all of these nice things. So could you show me how to upload text again, please? Yeah, for sure. Let me go ahead and create this GIF, and then I'll show you guys how I went ahead and added the text to the template. So very easy. Once you have your image on, you know, your canvas, let's call this, you can click on it, go to animate, choose your animation style. Let's just click on scrapbook. This one's a little funny. And then we're going to click on the share button. We're going to download. And then right here under file type, you're going to choose GIF. Okay. The GIF will do the whole animation thing for you. And boom, looks like we got more people joining. Awesome. So yeah, once you go ahead and save that, make sure you save the correct page and not everything. So I'm just going to do the one we did. Boom. We're going to press done. So I'm saving it as a GIF. You can also save this as a MP4, but for email templates, you want to make sure your file sizes are as little as possible, because because when people open these up, it might take a while for it to load. So don't go ahead and create a whole movie and then add that to your email. It'll never open up. You want it to be as quick as possible. So the shorter the animation, or if no animations at all, maybe just some PNG photos, that would be fine. But try to make your file sizes as little as possible. Don't make it, too much all over the place. You want to make sure to have something clear and concise and to the goal. Okay, but it's nice to have little things like these. It separates you from other emails, and it's an attention breaker. An attention grabber, actually, that might be a better way to say that, which is what you want to do. You want as much attention as possible, and you want to stay top of mind. So we're just saving this as a GIF. I'll click download, and just like that, it saves it as a GIF. So Canva's free version has a bunch of free images for you guys to use. Let's just call this GIF of house. Okay, I'm gonna save. And then now if we go back to Canva, I'm actually going to press the upload button right here. And this is what we just did, GIF of house. I'm gonna upload that. So when you upload, KvCore actually tells you how big the file is. Try to make the files preferably under, let's say 400 kilobytes. Okay, if this goes over 400, it might take a while for it to load on certain people's devices, and you don't want that. You want your emails to open as fast as possible so that they can see your information. So look, this one is very small. It'll load up very quickly. Okay, so we're going to click insert, and just like that, there it is. Now we have that on our email. And be mindful of the background you have on the GIFs. You can change all that into Canva, but I'll do a separate Canva video. That in itself can take a whole a few hours to cover. But you want to make sure everything looks nice. You don't want to have a black background on on your GIF. It doesn't look neat. But there you go. To answer a question I just had from Hong, how did I put this text here? So the way you would do that, go to your content section. If you click on content, you will see text. Okay, you can just click on this and then drag it under whatever section you want to put it. So if you want to put text under this section, you could do so here. If you want to put it on top, you could drag it here. You'll kind of see that little drag it here message wherever it'll pop up. Okay, and if there's nothing on your template, you could just drag it in the box you see. There will be a box there by default. So you just drag it here, and there you go. It'll say I'm a new text block ready for your content. And you could just go ahead and click here and start typing whatever it is you want. And if you want to get rid of something, click on the little trash icon. And that'll only pop up after you click on it. So click on it, press the trash icon, and then there it goes. Okay, perfect. So now, once you put images on here, oh, April, what's your question?
Sorry, I couldn't hop on. I was switching from a phone to my laptop. I just got home.
No problem.
In regards to is it GIF or GIF? I get those two confused. Anyways, the animated stuff.
I say GIF. Yes.
Question, can we add text to that, and maybe even a PNG of our picture for it to be animated in Canva? Is that possible?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever you upload
okay.
on Canva, you can do what I did and choose your animation, and it'll do it.
We can
It's
do that
very
with
flexible.
PNGs. Wow, that's pretty awesome, because we can do our own GIFs for Instagram then.
Yeah, literally, you can make that happen. The possibilities
Open
are
house
endless.
with my picture. Got it. Okay. All right.
Yes. For sure. The good question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question, guys? You can interrupt me at any time. Okay, it's an open convo. All right. So once you upload your GIF, PNG, whatever it is you want to have on here, you can click on boxes and have more control over them on the right-hand side. It'll kind of give you a little menu where you can, make it smaller. So for this GIF or GIF I just uploaded, whatever is the correct term, it'll give you a auto width. If you have this on, it'll automatically span across, your whole screen. But if you switch this off, you have control over how big or small this is, okay? And you have a little checkbox under here. This is just for mobile. If you click on this, it'll be full width on mobile. I encourage you guys to do that because mobile screens are very small. So just check this box and it'll, span across the whole phone screen. But the slider right here is more so for computers, desktops. So just resize it. If it doesn't look big enough, go back to Canva or wherever you got the image from, make it a little bigger, and then re-upload it, okay? So I'm gonna leave this as is. And then under here, we're gonna add, to get out of here, by the way, you can click on content again, and it'll take you back to all of your content types. So I'm going to add another row. So I'm gonna go to the row section, and I'm gonna drag another section right under our photo. So under here, once more, you have the flexibility to drop any type of content in here. So on my template, I had more text. So let me go ahead and copy and paste that. So we're gonna grab a text content, pop it in here. I'm just gonna paste that in. Awesome. So I had price in the middle. And let me scoot this up a little bit. I'm gonna delete above, get rid of this. Okay, awesome. So it says, hey, first name, information, little nice animation, and then the meat and bones of the email, price your home properly, guys. You don't want to be on the market forever and make your sellers mad. And then last but not least, every email in general that you send out, any email marketing material you send should have a call to action. Now, in this email, I have two types of call to action. I'm calling them to act on, my smart number. Hey, you can text CMA to my number, which is right here, and I'll build one for your property for free. So this gives them something to do if they, resonate with this email I've sent them and they would like a CMA for their property. If not, you also want maybe a button on there. I see I have two questions. Let me grab this button real quick and drop it under there. So anything you want to drop on here, you can just do so by dragging here without adding, a section, a row. But if you have it inside a row, it'll give you more options on the side here to resize how wide it is and whatnot. So I encourage anything you drop on here, make sure there's a row first. So I'm going to drag this here. I'm going to delete this button and then we'll put it in the row right here. So I'm going to grab this button and plop it right here. Let's see, who do I have questions from? Let's see, Vega, what's your question? What's going on?
My question is, like, for example, let's say that I want to send a template that has like a click button that, for example, could say like, oh, check how much your home is worth, right? How would I make that button so that when they click on it, they would be able to put their address, and then after they put their address, they would take them to another thing where they would put like their name, all their information. Like, how would I do that so that, is it even possible to be done on this?
For sure. That's a great question. And I just dragged the button right here and we'll do that. I'll show you how to make this button do that. So stay tuned for that right now. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
For sure. April, what's your question? April.
I believe I already asked it. Let
Oh,
me
your hand is still
lower.
up.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know I
okay.
could lower it.
Oh, it looks like I can too. I never saw that. So,
Oh,
okay, when I
that's
answer
so
your
funny.
questions, I'll lower them for you guys. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Thanks.
perfect. All right, Vega. So, hopefully you've seen how I dropped this button right here. If not, just drop a new row and then drag the button icon right there, and it'll create a button for you. So on the button, let's say we wanted to say, you can actually write on here. So I just clicked on the text. Okay, I'm gonna delete all this. Check how much your home is worth. Okay. And I'll press enter. No, actually don't press enter, click out of it. And now you have that button. By the way, if you click on the button, you have options on the side here to change, the color of the button, make it look as nice as you want. The text within it, what you want the color to be. Let's leave it white. And you can align it to, within your box. So this is why I put everything in a box, because you have more control over, what it looks like and where it's positioned, and more controls down here to make it look nice. So this section right here, this is me clicking on the button. So if you click on the button, it'll show you more information about it. And you have this action section, and under here, you can select open web page. This button can send an email, it can initiate a call or send an SMS, but we wanted to open up a web page, and we want that web page to be the link to check how much your property is worth. Okay, so we're linking to a web page, and right here, this URL is where you will paste the link that will take them to that home valuation page. So I'm actually going to find that link right now. So I'm gonna add this template. We'll come back to it right now. Let me give it a name. Tech, let's call it Tech Tuesday 09 template. Your monthly newsletter is here. Okay, so I'm gonna add this template. Once you guys are building these templates, and even if you're not done, just click add template, because then that'll give you the option to always come back to it and resume from where you started. So we want a home valuation link. So there's multiple ways to get to it. The way I remember right now is through the playbook. If you open up the playbook section and then you go to either one of these will work. Go ahead and click on work your sphere. We're going to click on open playbook. And then if you go to, let's see, capitalize on sphere opportunities, I believe. Let's see what this comes up with. Or actually, no, post. Yes, right here. So if you scroll down to stay top of mind and go to post to social media, you have a home valuation landing page section right here. And there's even a link already made for you. So all I'm going to do is copy this. It'll give you a little message right here that has been copied. And FYI, I'm going to open a new tab and then take you guys to that link, show you what it looks like. So people will see this, what's your home worth? They could pop their address in here. It'll take you to your website and fill out all the extra info. Okay, so now we have that link. I'll go back to KvCore.
Sorry, can the background photo or picture on that home valuation page be changed, or that's just default?
That page, oh, that's a good question. I can't remember actually. I know you can create landing pages and change it. I'm gonna write that question down and I will get back to you on that. But I do believe you can do that. Okay.
Thank you.
Because it has a bunch of different backgrounds for you to use. Let's see, looks like I have another question. Lydia says fantastic. Yes, it is fantastic. Okay, so now we have the link to the home valuation page. I'm gonna copy that. We're gonna close out of this and we're gonna go back to our smart campaign section. And we will go to our templates. and we will find the template we just made. I think I called it TT09. There it is. So you can always come back to your templates, click on edit to pop it up, open. And now we're going to scroll down to our button, and then under URL, we'll just paste that in, and then press enter or click out of it. And there you go. Now, once this email gets sent out, anyone who clicks on this link will get sent to that page where they can put their property address and see how much their home is worth. I forgot who asked the question.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Well, that's how you do that, and it is possible. So now we have our button, we have our call to action. Let's go back to the email. Let's see, what else am I missing? So yeah, we have the call to action. We have a nice message for them. Now you want to make sure anything you send out has, your contact info under, a nice email signature. So I have my email signature on all of my marketing material. So I'm going to drop a new section under here. We're going to drop another text content in here. And I already have this written down, so I'm just going to paste it. I'm going to copy from my iPad. Man, time flies really fast. We might not get to everything, but I'll do my best. Yeah, and there's my email signature. And I like to make this a little darker. So let's click on the text. I'm going to select everything. It'll open up the menu right here. So text color, I'm going to make this a little bit lighter. I don't know. I think it just looks nice to have your email signature a little bit faded. But yeah, they have that information there. This is the meat and potatoes I want them to read and, connect with. If they want to talk to me, I have my number plenty of times in the email and a bunch of call to action. So we have just crafted a newsletter with a nice little GIF. We use the merge tags to automatically populate people's information. So when you're ready and you want to know what this looks like, you can click the preview button. It'll open up this menu right here, and this will kind of show you what people on desktops will see. Okay, it'll look like this to them. If you click on mobile right here, you'll see what it kind of looks like on the phone. So they'll see all of this, they'll scroll down, and then your information. Okay. If you click on preview again, it'll get rid of that. You can even click on send test. If I click on this, it'll actually send me an email with this template. So I'm going to show you guys that. There it is. Your monthly newsletter is here. Check this out. Because this is a test, it'll just say test, but there you go. And see, if I click on this link right here, it's going to open up a new page where I can check what my home is worth, which is pretty awesome. So let's go back to KvCore. Now that we're done and we're loving how it looks, I'm going to show you a few things before I click on update template. If you go to the settings section right here, you have more options as far as how wide the content is or how small it is. I like to set mine at 600. I feel like it's the optimal width for any screen. You can align your content left or right. All of this is just extra stuff you can play around with. Background color, you can make this red, you can make this, black. It's up to you. We'll leave this white. And then content area background just refers to the little boxes we put in. You can have those have their own little backgrounds too. And then you can have your default fonts and the color you want your links to be. Okay, that's the settings section. And remember, if you don't like any of this, you could click on the start from scratch and it'll get rid of everything. So I'm going to click update template. And finally, I've been talking about this for so long, but now I've finally shown you guys how to create an email newsletter. So that's how you do that. Now, you can leverage these to an amazing extent, because now that you've made this, you will not have to type this up ever again. Every single time you want to send out a newsletter, you can always use this template. You can clone it. If I click on clone, it'll open up another one and it'll have copy under the name. All you would have to do, just come in here, change up the text, maybe update the photo, update the button to somewhere else, whatever the topic is about. Your email signature is already on there. And then just go ahead and press save. And that's 2 email newsletters. Now, while I was making these, I thought, why not? And I encourage you guys maybe to do this too. You can create a bunch of these. Let's say you can create like 12. I've already drafted up 12 email newsletter templates, and you can have these scheduled to get sent out once every single month to every contact you assign a specific hashtag to. So let's say somebody comes through my open house, or somebody calls me and is interested in buying real estate but is not quite ready, but they would like to receive more information. I made a hashtag that whenever I add it to a specific contact, they get enrolled into a smart campaign, and that smart campaign will automatically start sending them those email newsletters one by one every single month, and they're pre-made. So every new client you meet will, you can leverage these templates you make and automatically send them out with just a click of a button. It's really, really simple. So we're already over the hour mark, but most of you guys are still here. So let me show you guys really quickly how to implement that in the smart campaigns. We might cover the open house app in another Tech Tuesday, but this is important and it ties into what we just did. So if we go to my campaigns right now, I've already shown you guys what the whole structure of smart campaigns look like with the open house one. So we'll create a new campaign by clicking add campaign. And I did that by coming over here by clicking on my campaigns. We'll click on this. And in this section, you get to decide how a campaign is started. You can start a campaign when a lead is new and is from a specific source. Maybe you manually added them, maybe through an open house or organically by someone visiting your website, or when it's transferred from one person from your team to another person in your team. It could be also when a hashtag is added. This is the one I love to use. So when a new lead comes into your system, and let's say their hashtag is, this is the one I use for, anyone signed up for my newsletters. So if they're subscribing to your newsletter, I just put KHS. And actually for this example, I'll just put KHSS because I don't want to mess things up. So any new lead that comes into your system with this hashtag will trigger this smart campaign. Okay. And then down here, you have more options as far as how you want to assign the smart campaign, or you can add your own triggers too. If you don't want to add a trigger, you can click here. That way, if you want to manually enroll people in the smart campaign, you can go ahead and do that also. I'll show you that very shortly. But I want this to be automatic. I want to be as hands-off as possible. And I think it's a really good thing to strive for, because the less time you spend typing out emails, scheduling calls, or doing all these little tasks, the more time you have to actually get out there and generate more leads. So think of KvCore as your 24-hour free assistant that's just doing work for you over time, and you don't have to pay it at all. It's amazing. But down here, you could press, I would do yes. Always runs means if someone already has a smart campaign assigned to them, this will make it so it still will add this smart campaign on top of it. So that contact would have 2 smart campaigns. But if you put no, this smart campaign will not get added to a contact that already has a smart campaign. Okay, but I want this to run regardless, so I'm going to put yes. Logged won't matter unless you're in a team. If you're in a team, if you put yes, only you will have access to the smart campaign. If you put no, anyone in your team can leverage the smart campaign you made to use for their leads as well. So once all of this is looking good, we'll press next. You can put who this smart campaign is designed for. I mean, for me, it's for buyers and sellers. You should be sending out smart campaigns for, anyone. But choose who it is for. And you can press next. And then you want to put a name. So email newsletter SM smart campaign. And you can put a description of what this is for. This is just a Tech Tuesday smart campaign. Oop, can't spell. Okay. And still the same fields always run. We'll click next. It'll review all that information. So basically all this says is I own the smart campaign template, and this will run for agents. So it's running for me, and this will start when a contact enters the system and their hashtag or they have this hashtag attributed to them. So depending on how you obtain leads, there are multiple ways you can manually add them. It can be people that text your smart number or call your smart number. You can have KvCore automatically attach hashtags based on where they come from, when you program that. Or you can just manually go into their contacts and add the hashtag to them, okay? But when a contact has this hashtag, this will trigger, and it's designed for buyers and sellers, which I've decided. This is the name of the campaign. This is a description for it. And I want this campaign to always run no matter what's going on. So we'll click finish. And then that will take us back to the smart campaign section. I wish it would just open it up for you, but you're gonna have to look for it again. So I'm gonna type newsletter and we'll find it. It should be here somewhere. Email newsletter SM, there it is. So if I click on here, then this page will allow you to create all of those actions you want to take place when a lead is assigned that smart campaign. So this is where the magic actually happens, okay? We're gonna click on add action. This is where you come and add, specific things you want KvCore to do for you. So all of the material we've created are email, templates. So we'll click on email. It'll open up this little section for you to actually type up whatever you want to happen. But we don't have to do that because we've already made the template. So if you go under the template section, and then you go ahead and type up. So I'm going to just use some of the templates I already made. So month 0. So this is when a contact initially signs up and gets added to my system and has a specific hashtag. Let's say it's this one, KHSS. I have a newsletter template right here. This is what I called it. I'll click on it right here. So this is the one originally that was on there that I've shown you guys. So as you can see, it'll auto-populate all of this. If you want to put the one we just did right now, I can't remember what we called it. I think it was newsletter something. I really can't remember what we called it. But whatever we called it, I would just type it in here and it will pop up with our newsletter. So I'm just going to put this one. I really can't remember which one it was. Does anyone remember what we called our newsletter template? It's okay. We'll just
Kane, I
put-
think it had
TT09?
two S's.
Oh,
I'm sorry?
I
Which
think it
one was
had
it?
two S's.
Two S's? What do you
No.
mean?
no, TT09. No?
Oh, that's right. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's right. TT09. So I'm going to get rid of this so it can auto-populate. I'm going to cancel this. Boom. And we'll add an action. We'll do email and then TT09. Perfect. I can't do anything without you guys. So there you go. Once you pop that in, as you can see, here's our template. Everything's ready to go. And it'll automatically put the person's first name on here for you. Amazing. So you can also set names for actions. So we could call this initial POC, initial point of contact, and we could do day 1. You can call this whatever you want. This is just what my brain is thinking right now. So this is obviously from the agent to the contact, because this email is getting sent directly to the contact. So from me, it should be agents to system to contact, but KvCore calls it agent to contact, even though you're not doing anything. So once you have this in there, you can flick this on. When this is on, whoever gets added to your system and triggers, has this hashtag and triggers this smart campaign, this will get sent out immediately as soon as they enter the system. But if you want the system to wait maybe, an hour or 2, or maybe a few days, this is where you would come in and click on the time unit section. So let's say, once anyone signs up or gets added, 1 day after, I want them to receive this initial email. Okay. People sign up at my open house. They come through my system with this hashtag. They get attributed the smart campaign. 24 hours from that moment, they will get sent this email template, say, hey, my name is such and such, and blah, 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 whatever we put on here. So that's how you add actions to a smart campaign. So I'm going to save this, and then so on and so forth. I will come up here, choose email. I'll choose another one of my templates. So let's say month 1. I'll click on this. This is something I've already pre-made. As you can see, this is just my template. I think it looks nice and it's straight to the point. It has a nice animation. I'll come back right here, call it, newsletter, and then month 1. Okay. And this is again from me to the contact. And instead of doing, 1 day, I'm going to come up to days and I'm going to put 30. So this tells the system from the moment the contact enters my system, 30 days from that moment, they will get sent this one. Okay. 30. Yes, there you go. Make sure to click on it and see the little X, otherwise it won't register. And then save. Now we have something that'll go the next day, something that'll go in 30 days. I'll do one more. KHS month 2, same exact thing. It'll populate the whole thing for you. I'll call this newsletter month 2 from the agent to the contact, and this will be 60 days from the moment they enter my system. And then I'll save. And then you see that, beautiful. So you can stack these as much as you want. And the great thing is, as you move forward, as times go by, you can write more and more and more and more of these articles. You can have like hundreds of these. And anyone that gets added to your system will start at the bottom. So they will always have something being sent to them that you have pre-made carefully for them. This can be very, very powerful. I've made like 12 already. I'm about to stack them up. So anyone that enters my system, I know they'll always receive very well thought out and crafted tips that I've, made for them. And yeah, as time goes on, I'll only increase the library and they'll always get that email campaign, assigned to them. Okay, so just to recap, this is how you build a smart campaign, and this is how you leverage the templates you make to build that smart campaign. Because you can also do this without making templates. You can just come up here, click action, and just go ahead and type up whatever you want, the system to say. But we don't want to do the work every single time. We want to build the infrastructure, do the work up front, and then let it work for us forever. Just like rental properties. Well, you kind of have to do some work with rental properties from time to time, but you buy it, fix it up, rent it out, and just sit back and collect your rents. So that's the type of mentality I think will free up a lot of your time, automate a lot of the processes that take a lot of your, it takes time away from generating leads. So you can see how this could snowball into, a huge library of marketable content for you. And all you got to do is just get up, answer emails, and, spend more time actually generating even more leads, because that's the most important thing for us agents. You could do this all day, but at the end of the day, this is just a way to free up more of your time to focus on acquiring new business. But there you have it. This is how you make smart campaigns, and this is how it triggers. Yeah. So
Quick question.
Yeah, what is it?
Sorry, I received a forwarded message, email from Frank, and it's Tech Tuesdays, and it's all blue in the background. Did you create that in KvCore as well?
Yes, but it should have been for me. That's interesting. I hope I didn't do something wrong. But yes, let me show you that. I actually built all of that. So you must have signed up through the QR code that I sent in, right? Or maybe text it to my smart number. Let me see here. Did it look like, let me go to my templates. Okay, oh no, I'm typing this wrong. KHAS, there you go. So
no, actually, quite a few people aren't. I got to send you everyone's email, so I just forwarded it to the group that I sent for all the trainings.
Gotcha, that makes sense. So yeah, Frank just forwarded it to you guys, but that link that I showed at the beginning of the presentation. I'll go over it once we close out, but I'm using the things I'm teaching you guys and showing you. That's what I'm using too, to actually send out all these marketing materials. So this is probably, where is it? Zoom invitation. Let's edit this one and see. So, this is probably what you saw. So
Yes.
Yeah.
exactly. So I did this just in the same way I showed you guys.
Got it.
Very
Okay.
cool with graphics, and you could click here and it'll take you to this meeting. Very cool stuff. And I can have
I
this
kinda-
automatically scheduled for you guys.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
like that with the colored background. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Okay,
all you have
perfect.
to do is go to settings and just change that right here. Pretty cool.
Nice.
Okay.
How to just how I
So-
destroyed the whole planet. Did you see that? How to eat a whole lot of food and how I got that.
Oh, MGs, that's funny. But yeah, I don't want to forget. So for those of you guys who don't want to automate everything, you can still make your templates, but if you want to manually assign a smart campaign to a specific contact, maybe this is someone who's already been in your system, but you want to enroll them into that. Let's say we just choose any random contact here. Let's choose David. Test clients, so it's not real. So right here, if you look on the right-hand side, you can click on active campaigns, click add, and then right here, you can choose the smart campaign we just made. The one we just made is not showing up, and I'm glad it's not, because I did not show you guys how to actually switch this on. I'm gonna go back to smart campaigns, and let's find it real quick. Oh, I'm terrible with these names. Hopefully I can find it. Can't remember what it was. I think this is it, maybe. I think this is what we just made. Yeah, so once you make a, no, actually, this is not it. It should say KHSS. Oop. Let's see here. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so once you build out your smart campaign, you want to make sure it's active. By default, it'll stay off. So if I switch this on, it'll give me this message and I click yes. Now this campaign is active. And if I go to any contact on my system here, and let's click on John Doe here, and you go to active campaigns and I click add, then there it is, email, newsletter, smart campaign. And then if I click add, John Doe is now enrolled in that smart campaign. So now he will start receiving all of those templates we just made together, which is pretty awesome. And if you have this set up through, hashtags, when leads enter your system, they will automatically get assigned the smart campaign, which is pretty cool. You won't even have to do any work. All of the work will be done in the backend for you. Okay. And on here too, you can manually remove a smart campaign from someone. You can restart the campaign. You can pause it. Yeah, so you could do that from here. So I'll remove this. And there you go. He is no longer enrolled. Someone raised their hand. What is the question, Vega?
The question is, so if you do the newsletter, let's say, the monthly one,
Yeah.
it will automatically send it, or do we have to like manually go in there and change?
Yeah, if they are assigned that smart campaign, it'll automatically send it to them. Yeah, depending on the frequency you choose.
So let's say, like, if I choose monthly, right, and then it would send them a letter every.
Yeah, I mean, there's no monthly option. You kind of decide this whole thing. So if I go ahead and click on the one we just made right now, for example, so when you add actions to the smart campaign, you can see, you remember how we chose the time every single time. So day 1, they'll receive this, and then you can choose day 30, day 60. You decide when these emails go out.
Okay.
Does that answer the question, maybe?
Yeah.
It would be the same email,
Yeah.
right? You just change the content of it because it's a monthly letter.
Yeah. Yeah. You just change up the content and send these out. If you want, you could do day 60, then day 50, then day 100 if you want. You choose the frequency. Okay. And you can have these for emails. It doesn't have to be just for emails. I could have created one and then have it be text in case you have their, phone number on there. You can just add a text template because you can make those as well. It's all the same, way you make it. And
Okay.
yeah, you can schedule when you want to make it, maybe 100 days from now, you see,
Well,
or 1,000 days. Mhm.
maybe you've already said this and I was probably not in the meeting yet, but is there a way
Mhm.
like people say like, oh, text the word, I don't know, spam to this number. And then when they text that word, it automatically sends them a text saying,
Yeah.
what.
Yeah, you can do that for sure. And that's actually how let me get rid of this. That's actually how oh, okay, computer decided to not work. Okay, cool. It's called the text capture functionality. And if you open up it's under lead engine. I went over this. I'll try and find the video for you. It's somewhere on the YouTube. But if you go under lead engine, it's called call and text capture. If I get started right here, you can add a new one. The custom code area is, like you said, if I put spam right here, anyone that texts spam to my smart number will see whatever message I put on here. And then once you press add, then that's already in motion. You can also have it, send an MLS ID, and you can have anyone that texts that number get assigned a specific hashtag. Let's say we put newsletter here, right? And you guys text my smart number, you text it newsletter, and then we can have the message say, you've been successfully no, you have subscribed to the newsletter. All right, you sub to the newsletter. And then we can add the hashtag that we just made, which was KHSS, right? Not KISS, KHSS, if it will work. This autocorrect is just killing me. There we go. And then you choose your smart number. So smart numbers change periodically. I purchased my own smart number, so it stays the same. For those of you guys who want to use KvCore and market using your smart number, I encourage you to purchase yours so that way every month you don't have a new one. And that's a whole other conversation too. But your smart number will change if you don't have a set one that you're paying for. So I've paid for mine. This is the smart number. And when people text newsletter to my smart number, they'll get a reply that says you've subbed to the newsletter, and they will get assigned this hashtag. And since they got assigned this hashtag, that will automatically enroll them to that newsletter we just created. And all of that process is hands off for you. All you had to do was just do this. And now they're just getting your emails every single month. Okay. That's how you make that feature work. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
For sure. No problem. So yeah, so we know how to create beautiful email templates. We know how to create smart campaigns. We now know how to do call and text capture with your smart number. By the way, to get yours, it's like $27 a month. But if you want, you could just use the free one. Just know that it will change periodically. I think it's every month. Don't quote me on that, but it's every now and then it'll change. Okay. Unfortunately, we were not able to we're not going to be able to do the how do you call it, the open house app, but I will make sure to showcase that in a separate meeting. Let me go ahead and finish up this presentation. Just have like 5 more minutes. So any questions about that, by the way? I know you guys have been asking a lot of questions, but any more that I might have missed? Let's see. I think someone just asked me a question. Send me a reply to this lesson. Yeah, for sure. I can send you a replay. And at the end of this, actually, I'll share you guys at the actually just text Tuesday to my smart number. Okay, let me go to the slide real quick. Anyone that wants to receive email notifications with the Zoom, the email with the reminders, the recap of the meetings, you can text Tuesday to my smart number and it'll give you the link to go to my website and enroll for that. If you're using your computer and you have your smartphone next to you, you can just scan this QR code and it'll take you to the website where you can sign up for that. Or you can just email me at hello@karamokokane.com and let me know you want to subscribe and I will subscribe you manually, okay? This is how I get in touch with you guys and I send you these updates. And I'll also send you cool tips, cool need to knows. So that is that. I had plenty of cool little polls, but we're running out of time. We're gonna cover the open house app later. I made these beautiful slides, man. I wanted to show you all of these, but let's see. Yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the end of this meeting. We went over by half an hour, but I'm glad I was able to share this information with you guys. Obviously, for those of you guys who, well, they're not here, but they'll be able to watch this recap. And if you want to receive those, you can text Tuesday at my smart number. And yeah, any last shares, any questions, anything you want to know or want to talk about next time, maybe?
Sorry, I just text Tuesday to that number and it's telling me your text to KvCore will not be delivered. Please use KvCore, the KvCore mobile app, or text your contact directly to respond, which is strange.
Interesting. Okay. It might be something on my end. I don't know if you're the only one who has tried. Maybe it's just you.
Yeah, I have the same issue.
The same
Can it-
thing? Okay.
Yeah,
Can
same
it
thing.
be because you guys have KvCore?
I mean, I had people enroll, so I'm not sure what happened there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the link right now in the chat. You guys can click on that right now to sign up if you want. Let me go there. Thank you for letting me know, because I think someone's microphone is on. I hear some feedback. Let's see. This is the link right here. Copy. I'll put it in a chat. Send to everyone. There you go. So the link is in the chat, okay? Anyone that wants to sign up, if the text didn't work for you, you can click on that. I'll click on it too. This is where it's going to take you. It'll take you right here. You just put your email and phone number, click register, and then that's it. I'll send you all that information via email every single week, so you're always up to date as far as what we talk about. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
King, I have a question.
Lydia
here.
Yeah.
You have a YouTube channel that we can go to, right? To rewatch these videos?
I do.
I forgot the name of the YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's just called Karamoko Homes. If you click on this link, if you sign up to the link in the chat, the email actually send you. Once you click on the little video thumbnail, it'll take you there. But I will also just take you to I'll place the YouTube channel there. And if you guys subscribe there directly, you can actually just get notified by YouTube. But here is the link to that. Let's open up the chat. Boom. So that's the YouTube channel. Okay. If you guys want to subscribe there directly, you could do so there. And as you can see, I post everything on there, all of our Tech Tuesdays. I'll try to post more variety besides just, these Tech Tuesdays, depending on what you guys want to talk about or what kind of questions I get. Okay. So you have everything in the chat, guys. Any other questions? We're all looking good. Experts at building newsletters.
Yeah, I'm gonna start my campaign right now.
I need some practice. And then
no
some
worries.
question. Yeah.
For sure. Anytime, email, text, the emails I'll be sending out will have my contact info, and you have YouTube, to rewatch as many times as you want. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys stuck through this for an hour and a half with me. And yeah, actually, before we go, I'm launching one last questionnaire just so I kind of get an idea of who has KvCore set up and whether or not you're ready to move forward on this. Hopefully you guys can see this poll on the screen. Okay. Looks like a lot of you guys have already set up your account. Some of you guys need help importing contacts. So do reach out to me. Let's see. I just love these polls. I wish we do them every single time. Cool. So
They're cool.
they're really cool.
Hi, this is Deatra.
Yeah.
I started with Rich Bascom and the awesome team he has here. I
Yes.
just started all of my contacts, and of course, it's just
Yes.
all over the place over like 10 years of contacts in my emails, and I'm not sure
Yeah.
who these people are.
Okay.
So, kind of like, how do you start that process as far as the campaigns when you don't know if they're either the sellers or the buyers?
I mean, it's great that you have a lot of contacts. So what you could do, just go ahead and instead of sending them out, you just send out generic things like great tips when buying, great tips when selling. And if the person is selling their house, they're most likely to respond to that one. But I feel like just sending anything out, don't be too niche if you don't know who the contact is, whether they're a buyer or seller. Just send out generic, templates with good need to knows no matter what side of the transaction you're on, or even if you're not in the market, it's nice to see that you can reach out to an agent that's been contacting you when the time comes. So I would just create these templates and be a little bit broad, but moving forward as you collect more leads, try to make your marketing material more intentional, because the more people you try to, advertise to, the less impact it'll make. But as a starter, that's much, much better than not doing anything either. Okay. I've actually had a lot of people call me back and text me back through the email marketing I send out. So I really encourage you guys to make that happen. A lot of agents don't do that. And as you can see, it can look daunting, but once you do it once and twice, you'll be good to go, I promise. And you can always reach out to me for more help.
Would you discourage from using personal phone? Obviously, when you first start with real estate, there's a lot of expenses already.
Yes.
And I know that another monthly payment on something like a phone. I just put my direct cell phone.
For to market your services, like on your business card and website and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, actually. And to that point, I mean, you're a helper, you're an educator to people, and you want to be reachable to them. I feel like creating a separate line altogether. I wish my smart number was my actual phone number so that anyone can call me at any time. I don't want to have an office phone. I want clients to be able to reach me wherever I am. If I'm in a grocery store, if I'm jogging, I don't want to have a business phone. So I think that's good. But the downside is you won't be able to track as much information if you don't have it set up with a specific, platform like KvCore.
Yeah.
Now, with KvCore, it gives you the option to suggest a number, and when you're purchasing your smart number, so you can try if you're interested in tracking stuff with your number. But I didn't get the option to choose my own number. They just assigned that one to me. But I know you can get lucky and have your number be your smart number. So if you want to look into that, that's something that might be beneficial. But like you said, it is an extra bill, but you do lose all of these cool things you can do. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I have one question here. Can the person? Oh yeah, there is a lot of static, but looks like it's gone now. But yeah, any other question, guys? Anything?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, for the leads,
Yes.
how, like, for, let's say, if you send out all this, right, and then you
Yes.
get a lead, how many of those leads have actually turned into an actual transaction from what you're doing now?
So from what I did, I've not been using KvCore forever. So I've sent out 2 rounds of marketing campaigns. You're gonna get a lot of people that are like, no, don't talk to me, never talk to me again. You're gonna get a lot of angry people, but I've actually had 1 listing appointment from sending out a mass marketing email to um, I think about 3,000 people, and that was very bad. I didn't craft it as well as I did right now. I didn't, target a specific niche of people. That was just me trying out KvCore. I got a lot of responses of people saying, well, we're not ready just now, or, we want to wait, or we're not interested. But you should be hunting for the connection. Don't go straight to, I just want listings. You want to build a collection of people in your pipeline, and you want to build that engagement so that when the time comes, you have this specific list of contacts that you can always, promote or market to. So the direct answer to your question, I had 2 um 1 listing appointment where I went to. We did a whole, appraisal on his property and whatnot. It didn't come out it didn't work out because he thought his property was worth much more than it was. I don't know if you guys had clients like that. And I had another one that just kind of wanted to hold off. So it's gonna depend a lot on the quality of the material you're sending out, the frequency, how often you're sending these things out. This was just 2 rounds, okay? This was not even automated monthly. This was 2 rounds. So if you guys do this on a month-by-month basis, if you get any results like me, what I showed you right now is much better than what I have already sent out. So every single month you might be able to, get a lot of responses back, depending on how many people you're sending these to. Okay. And it's much better than not sending anything at all. So I encourage all of you guys to make that happen for sure. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question. Do we have
Last thing on that, Kane.
any other? Yeah.
I think that you could have an equal or better result than just cold calling as well, because you can reach out and tap on the shoulder to many more people. Of course, you're going to get a lot more negative response because you're reaching more people in a shorter amount of time. You're working smarter, not harder. But I would come into these Tuesdays, and we're also going to do some live broadcasts from the office in Long Beach pretty soon. Focus on your KvCore. It's an incredible tool that you get for basically cents on the dollar. If you're an EXP agent, you do, but even if you're not an EXP agent, you got to look at a KvCore or one of the other robust systems like a Follow-Up Boss or something like that. Embrace this CRM. It's going to save you time. Ultimately, it's going to save you money. It's going to create an automated world for you. But remember, as much as you're putting automation in there, if you work as hard as you would if you didn't use technology, you're going to do that much better.
Couldn't have said it better. Okay, guys. I'm taking any questions still. Everyone, how are we looking? Anything else? I know a lot of you guys probably are going to be rewatching these. So this was smart campaigns and newsletters for you. Okay. If there is nothing else, going once, going twice, well, then you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you for listening to me for almost 2 hours. Frank, I'm handing it back to you.